All right, Cancer. So, let's see. Can you see? Can we see? Can we see? You can see, right? All right. So, as we add on here, the reason why that the slow movement is, or things feel slow, things feel like time is moving slower for you than it is to everyone else, is because maybe you're seeing something different. It also seems that like something tends to move slower before something even big happens in our lives, or something that's meant to change our lives. For some reason, life feels and can feel a little bit slower than normal. What does that mean? There might be things that you've made people you've made agreements with, even agreements made within yourself, that now needs to be shifted and changed. This season could be even provoking you. You might feel provoked throughout this season because luck wants to get to you. And a lot of times we're tested so that we remain content to show what we have learned emotionally. A lot of people will be attracted to you and to the confidence that you attained from all of this. The cards feel so clean. I love it. And your desire and your commitment to this part of yourself, to this part of your life, this next era, chapter, comes from this internal yet very soulful, inspired place. This month, it just kind of solidifies that. If you, or if there's another Cancer in your life and there's like a big change going on, it's because there's something changing, and you could probably know this for yourself. But you've realized it a while ago that there's something about you that attracts certain kinds of people. I want you to notice this month. How do you feel when you're attracting Page of Swords versus Page of Cups? What is that showing you? Why would you be so much more willing to go to a Page of Cups? Well, they seem sensual and in touch and blah, blah, blah. But what you really probably need is someone who can give you what you want, but also has a way, maybe with words, maybe a way with just naturally showing up in a time where it makes sense, not in a time where you're in distress. Unless you want that kind of relationship, like, by all means. But it's more about someone seeing you and treating you in a way that, like a Capricorn. Some things may be revealed to you about how you used to relate. The way your relationships have been maybe for a long time. And over and again, you may find yourself in a predicament and you're wondering, like, I thought this was different. I thought this was whatever. And what you really need now is, if you want that relationship, or if you want to do something different in your life, you need that real solid commitment. But you don't want it in a way where you're being like given gifts or given these things. It's like, oh, I've given you this, so now you should give me this. Or you don't want to feel any of that. Now, you do need to understand if that's yours or something that has happened to your past and you're just kind of deciding it's the same thing, or you're not looking at it for what it is. But really, it's about having a simple, direct conversation like a Capricorn in a time when, whether it's provoked or not, just having the conversation. When you catch someone off guard, but not off guard enough, like maybe you tell them, okay, I want to have a conversation with you. They don't know what it's about. You're just like, okay, we'll talk about it when we get there. The surprise comes in their face. Like, how do they react to what you're saying? Notice their face. Just watch their face. People think they want to be stone cold, but only Capricorns are stone cold, really. Or people with Capricorn in their chart. Maybe some Scorpio. Capricorn season gives you the pass. This was at the, that's so funny. That was supposed to come out over here. It showed up over here, but it's funny how it came out. And what you'll notice is the difference between someone who just wants you to like them or wants to give you things because and express to you out of their own free will, not out of their nature to control your reaction or how you feel only around them, and so that you remember how you feel around that particular person. You know that it's that deep sometimes. And this autonomous nature you find yourself in can feel slightly uncomfortable for a Cancer who likes that somewhat almost codependent relationship, which is okay, or why you stay away from them. Regardless if this person stays in your life or whatever happens, you notice that you want more. So you may be very blunt this month in saying, like, I want X, Y, and Z. If you want to stay here, this is how it's going to go. These people that could be wanting your attention can also be, there's Virgo, Capricorn, and Aries out. You don't seem really interested in anyone. Just more of the fulfillment. Notice how you feel when you think about the life that you want. The life that you are tending to now, day-to-day things, right? Maybe noticing how it's so easy for some people to just look away from those options, and how you wish sometimes you don't really want distractions this month. It's not about not having fun, because you will, or not enjoying yourself because you will, or not doing, whatever it is that you need to do. It's more so just not based around someone in the likes of you. This month is for you to see and feel that which you've always known. Maybe it's time to let yourself have it. It may not be any of these, but they're showing you something. They're showing that maybe you're just not yet ready. Could be the next day that you become ready, but then the right person comes along, A lot of times we don't have to question these people. But if you're not in the right wherewithal in your mind or your heart, then yeah, maybe it's important to question. By the full moon in your sign on the 6th, I would say that it becomes very clear to you what has been a reoccurrence that you're kind of like, I don't really want to protect that anymore. I'm willing to be more vulnerable in this area. I'm willing to negotiate with Capricorn season. Willing to maybe be more passive, be shaped a little bit this month by the feminine that is earth that we miss sometimes. Do you not notice that male Capricorns have this femininity about them? I do. Mars in Gemini goes direct this month as well. Don't forget to notice, like, the people who talk a game that sounds good and it sounds like it has a happy ending. However, all you notice from them is the track record they bring. Don't second guess that, whether it's in business, friendship, whatever it is. See it for what it is. and understand that this could be what is causing somewhat of a doubt in your life. 4 and 4. When Mars goes direct in Gemini on the 12th, right after, you'll finally have the nerve to see what it is that your subconscious brought up. If you're Cancer rising, then Gemini's been in your 12th house, which has probably made you tired. You're downloading a lot of information, especially spiritually right now. So if you can be in a spiritual practice, if you can learn something that you don't have to really use too much of your physical or emotional self, that it's something that is almost an addition, it's a perfect time to do so, because wherever you're feeling lacking is a deep-rooted thing, maybe from even your ancestors. This isn't just about you. This didn't come out of nowhere. This is something that has been deep-seated, and now it's the time to just recognize it, love it, and move on. You want an independence from maybe a certain time in your life or a certain area in your life, and you want to give it to yourself. So it's time to give it to yourself. Look at this. Maybe there's a Capricorn or a very strong woman you value, or a feminine figure that you value, or maybe it's just you sitting down in meditation during this season, gathering and listening to the information being given to you about where you put your time and your energy, where you invest time in your thoughts, and how that has to relate to this. Something has fallen and changed within you that maybe other people in your life just don't understand, or people in your family, your current immediate family, don't understand, and it's something you kind of have to go on and through on your own. Maybe you're like the pioneer in your family for this. But this is just a conversation this month between you, what you value, and how that shows up in your life, and where you give more attention to, and how what you really know innately competes with the side of you that wants to be someone who makes an impact, or having that full, rich, relationship. Like, if you're putting up with someone, and yet over and over again, time and time has revealed that you cannot trust them, whether they're a Gemini, I think it's Gemini, or a Gemini in your life just revealing to you, maybe it's a Taurus that's fallen from your graces, and you feel better, I think you should just move with that. No need to second guess what has happened. They've revealed themselves. Everything has fallen out. And maybe you'll feel upset for a second, but just notice your energy. Just notice what's different in the weeks and months to come. Especially by next season, you'll have a lot of power. Because if you're investing your time right now in your own power and taking it, not giving it away mentally, emotionally, anything this month, very Capricorn. Next month can be different. Next month can be a month of clarity, as opposed to something that can be mentally suffocating. So I know there's a lot, but Capricorn season's hey, this stuff right here needs to be addressed. It's happening to everyone. This here value, this is what you invest your time in. This is where you put your energy into. This needs to be addressed. Where are you not investing that in yourself? Or where in which you follow whatever is making you doubt yourself, a person, a situation. It doesn't matter. They shouldn't have that power over you, right? You are the mother, you're the ocean, you're the tides, you're the moon. And that comes with great responsibility in yourself. So this in Capricorn's about respect. It's time for you to respect the waters, which came first, right? The more you respect your own waters and yourself and address it within, just notice what changes around you. Okay? There's someone in your life that wants to reach you too, and someone maybe you haven't met or you met a long time ago that you might reconnect with. Regardless, it feels like a reconnection from some other time in another dimension, and I think you'll realize why you needed to get here in order to meet them, and vice versa. It's not just it's a mutual feeling. All right? After the 12th. See you next month, Cancer.